What's up, guys? It's your boy GR. See? Let's thug it up real quick. Whoops. Guys, I had a pretty crazy night last night. I don't know how much I want to say about that. I legally purchased some stuff from DC and I tried it and it was crazy. But it was fun. And now we're here. And now we're going to talk about Trust Wallet. And we're going to talk about Simplex. And we're going to talk about other options for wallets. And we're going to kind of just talk through why we need to be learning more about more wallets. We're kind of monopolized in the wallet game in crypto. It's like everyone in Hexico is using MetaMask and praying for Richard to come out with something in a couple years. Like, I don't know. It's not really. In the meantime, there has to be more. Yo, Vegas Golf? Yeah, Vegas Golf. What do you think? Vegas Golf Crypto?
KSB.TV presents the Pulse Masters Golf Tournament. We have 2 shotgun times, 7:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Registration is 1 hour prior. The Concord course offers a 7,034-yard par 72 layout with Bermuda fairways and large greens. The spectator pass is $55. The individual golfer is $195. In the golf foursome, $750. Play Golf Network with others and win crypto prizes. September 5th, 2022. Contact us at ksbtv/golf.
All right, guys, let's get it started. Crypto in the morning, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern. Today, we're talking about Trust Wallet. Today, we're talking about wallets in general. We're going to talk about crypto. We're going to talk about why we need to keep learning about wallets and why we're not there yet, why you don't want to get stuck in a corner when MetaMask cuts all our nuts off and then we realize, we're stupid. We should have been thinking about this more. That's what we're going to do here, guys. Crypto in the morning, DeFi Proof, the official rapper. Everyone, biceps are bullish. Bullish mentioned that he was maybe like had to go to the emergency room last night. It didn't seem like super serious, but I woke up. So biceps were bullish. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think he's asleep right now because I think he might have been in the emergency room for something hopefully not serious. Guys, crypto in the morning.
You already know what time it is.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Smoking no blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hex and I'm making it stay. Got me some heads on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim ready sent me to show you the way.
DeFi Proof.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Crypto in the morning.
Waiting on phone.
Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning.
Yo, what's good, bro? Good to see you. It sounds like you had a good time last night, dude.
I had a time. I don't know if it was good, bad, or sideways, but it was interesting. It was biceps in the chat, that's for sure.
Yes. I surprised Jaleesa.
Oh, I saw that. I was like, baby. I thought it was a baby.
No, baby. But I did surprise her. She enjoyed that. So we had a good
What
time.
did you like go out or something?
We did, but it was more so I was like, hey, babe, why don't you get dressed? She didn't want to mention this portion of it. I just wanted to tell the entire internet. But I was like, hey, why don't you get dressed up and then and put on something sexy? We'll go into the bedroom. And then when she gets to the bedroom, I just pulled her out a surprise. But it was like, hey, we're going out to dinner. So that she gets all dressed up. I was like, we're going out to dinner. It was awesome. No, she loved it. She was like, I can't wait this out.
That's awesome. I think keeping it fresh, you can level up with relationships too by doing fun stuff.
No, yeah, 100%. 100%. It was a good time. We went out to this dinner at this Italian.
Was it like because I saw that your shirt was like, I was like, she got ready, but he kind of didn't. But like he was chilling. So
I got like a t-shirt on.
We were laughing because she was all done up and she had a beautiful shirt on or whatever. And Sam was just like surprised her. And he's like, yeah, I just got off the computer. We're going up there. Let's go. So I thought, did you guys have a good time? Get some good food?
We had a great time. Yeah, we had a great time. The place is literally like walking distance from the house. Like, I mean, it'll probably be a 10 or 15-minute walk, but it's walking distance.
That's a good ROI.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna have a drink or something like that, you can walk home. We drove, but it was a good time. Had some cheese thing with eggplant stuff, and then had they make their own bread there, and they had like a pizza thing, which I haven't had pizza in months and months and months. So I had.
Do you like pizza in general?
I do, but I don't normally eat bread. I don't remember the last time I had like that kind of
That's
stuff.
so crazy because I can't believe you don't eat bread. I probably know why. I just haven't been. When did you decide to make that happen? Because I know when you were a kid, you were probably smoking bread.
Oh yeah, I used to eat loads of bread with peanut butter. And then
imagine.
As I've just gone further down the rabbit hole of the nutrition stuff and the health, I continue. I like pasta. Don't ever really eat pasta and bread. I don't really ever eat. I just don't see a point eating them. Like I'll just have a steak. Instead.
The only reason you eat those things, it would be hard because as a skinny boy, sometimes I understand. Sometimes those things can keep us people that fast all day long upright. Like if you eat a little bit of carbs, but the problem is nobody eats carbs appropriately anymore. It's like when you eat a carb, you have to understand what that's going to interact with your system. I love when people go out and start eating pizza and shit midday. I'm like, you realize you're going to be dead in 20 minutes. Like you are going to be unconscious. If you eat half a pizza, you're going out. End of story. And it's like every day you do the same thing. People eat all this food and it's like, you're going to get tired, blood sugar spike. It's like they plan it in their day.
Also on that note, so when I was younger, I used to make this carbonara, which is an Italian dish. It's like got a creamy sauce with some prosciutto or bacon in it, and then linguine or spaghetti, right? And then you chicken breast on top of there. And I don't really have bread, right? And I had some of the pizzas that we had, and then I had the carbonara, and then there was like 2 little baguette pieces next to it that I had those. In the middle of the night, I wake up profusely sweating. And I set my AC at like 68 degrees in the room. And normally I'm perfectly fine. And I'm like dripping sweat in the middle of the night. And I think it's because of the carb, because it was like
your body was just like excreting, like it's like almost unnecessary for it. Your body was like, dude, what the fuck did you eat? Like 10 years worth of fucking supplies here. Because you're so used to eating that nutrient dense food that sometimes when you eat that food, it's like you either can do one or the other, in my opinion. When you're eating poor, it's almost better to like eat poor all the time because your body gets used to it. But if you eat really well and then you jump back into like that kind of stuff, it hurts, man. Your back. I do want to know more about your back because it's rare that I ever hear about you getting hurt.
So,
because you were like, I got an ibuprofen this morning, and I was like, really?
And I don't like taking ibuprofen at all whatsoever. I would much rather take kratom than ibuprofen. And sometimes when I need to take enough kratom to really knock out the pain, and normally I don't take anything, but if I was going to take something and I needed to take that, I took kratom yesterday because my back, from the back of my head into my mid back, all the way down to my spine towards my ass, my whole back.
That's a lot,
bro. I don't know.
No, I know. And I'm like curious. I saw you swinging a samurai sword. Did this have anything to do with it? Because you know how sometimes when you swing something, like if you go too quick but you're not ready, it can like hurt you. But I don't know, dude. It's just weird that because you're making me paranoid because like I'm like, okay, Sam's getting hurt and he can't identify. Like I'm gonna get killed out here. Like, if Sam has something going on and he can't identify it, I'm like,
we're testing out. I have a mattress that so for the past year and a half, and I just don't bring it up because I don't want to nobody else gives a shit about it, and it's just an issue for me. But for the past year and a half, my mattress, like when I wake up in the morning, my lower back is like extremely, extremely tight. And it's just not comfortable. Sometimes it's a lot worse than other days. And so took the mattress from a different room, like a spare room, and switched it out with the mattress in our room. One of them is softer. One of them is a lot more firm. I don't know if that had to do with it. I thought the firmness would actually make it better. I thought it would improve the sleep. And like I took a nap yesterday for a few minutes just because I was like waking up so many times throughout the middle of the night because it was like this morning I woke up profusely sweating, back is aching, hip flexors are hurting. Weird. Why were my hip flexors hurting? I don't know, but my hip flexors are hurting.
You ever feel like you got ill or something and it was just like side effects of illness and you just were like kind of not seeing it because you're never really ill?
I said that to Jaleesa this morning. I said that the last time that I felt this way with my spine and the achiness and the headache, it's been 2 or 3 days with like a headache now, was when I had Corona. Like, and I was like,
yeah, I'm saying we all probably just got like, God, it's so annoying to speculate because they turned the Corona thing into a fucking like word salad thing. But like in general, when you get sick, but you're really healthy, where you can only even feel it really is your body because it's like as far as it gets to you usually because you're like, after a day or two, you're like, oh, I feel kind of weird.
But but you're still doing once you're still doing your shit. It's not.
But that's just about like, when your parents, when you're young, they're just like, yeah, you kind of work when you're sick, when you're older and shit. You just kind of do it. It's not like a day off. Like your frame doesn't change because you're just like, life sucks all the time. I'm gonna keep working. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man, the people who take days off when they're like, oh, I'm sick, it's hilarious. Because
I was that. That was me when I was a kid, dude. I was like, I got chickenpox, I got COVID, I got everything. I'm staying at the house and playing video games.
It didn't matter what it was because that's how my dad was. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter. You get sick, you still need to fucking get your shit done. Like, so it was like, unless you're dying,
unless you work for the government.
But I don't know why. I actually got up in the middle of the night and just laid on the wood floor in my bedroom because that's how I was like, this is just so incredibly uncomfortable. And I just laid on the floor. I don't know how long I was there, but eventually I got up. I have a racquetball that's inside of a dress sock. So you take the racquetball, put it all the way down to the toe of the dress sock, and then you tie a knot so that it stays there. And then if you use foam rolling or anything, you could put that over your back and adjust where the ball is to foam roll against a wall. So I got that in the middle of the night and I put it on my bed and then I just slept on top of that. But it was also when I took ibuprofen in the middle of the night too, because it was like so uncomfortable. And
you were working.
Tonight I'm gonna sleep good.
I was crying last night. Literally, I spent hours crying last night from fucking mushroom induced emotional stuff. It was crazy though. I was enjoying it. It was fucking wild, bro. You gotta be really open minded to do that shit. Like,
do you know why? Do you know why you were
crying? Yeah, I know why I was crying.
You want to talk about it?
I was wondering if I was mentally ill or not.
In which way?
Like in the way that's like I remember asking her. I was like, people get addicted to stuff. Some people don't. Some people do. You just learn. I was just young. I was just, all the pain people go through. I was just wondering why. I was just asking why. Why? I was like, why me? Why am I over here? What's up? Why am I feeling good? Why do I not have any money, but I'm okay? Why do I not care? Why am I feel fine? We were talking about someone's father in particular. And he's broke at the moment, and it's not hers or anyone else's, but I was like, we have the same amount of money. We're not in the same place. Who do you think's doing better? And it's like, this isn't about money anymore. It's about time. You know, like everyone is misconstruing this whole value thing. It's like, it's not about money, bro. You don't need money to have a life way better than fucking yours. Because I don't have any money and my life's fucking lit. Okay. So this whole like, it's like about, I was just, you know, this whole value proposition, me quitting my job. It's been a stressful 150 days of fun. And I was just like emotional. I was just like, it's wild shit. I was like, am I really about to do this? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. It's been great. It's been like a god. You know, it's crazy stuff, man. It's all crazy. It almost felt like I had no control. This is going to happen whether I like it or not.
Well, think back to 6-7 months ago and how much more peaceful mentally you are today.
I never thought I'd get out of that. I never, ever, never.
Right? Like that's a big issue for a lot of people because they're down in that rabbit hole and you're looking like this. And sometimes to take a step back from the tree to the forest and see the bigger picture is super enlightening. I'm excited to see where.
I remember when they were like, dude, your best case scenario is working 40 more years hardcore every day. And I was like, that was my best case scenario. Like that was me making it. Like that forever. And I was like, well, that does not seem like making it to me. That seems like really stressful. So I just wanted to like, I took it was just an emotional day for me. It was all good emotion though, you know, like I never felt like I did anything wrong. I just felt like I was trying to be a good person and I just tried to do the right thing for me. And it was a very spiritual, you know, situation, whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you had a good evening in a different way, but still a good evening. I had a great evening. Let's tie this into
Trust wallet.
Trust wallet, because this is kind of interesting here.
Do you want to pull up this one or this one first? This is the website.
Yeah, and I found another article too on.
You can pull up whatever you want, but we could just talk about what we know for right now. So, Sam, what do you know about Trust Wallet as far as in general? Like, if you were just like, okay, what's Trust Wallet? It's if you had to explain it to normal crypto people.
So I just downloaded it yesterday. I haven't finished setting it up, like writing down my seed words outside of the wallet or anything like that. But the initial thought would be that it's very similar to MetaMask. However, after just a teeny bit of doing research on it, the Trust Wallet actually has the Trust Wallet token, the TWT, and the Trust Wallet token bestows upon the holders of it utility. So the utility comes in a couple different ways. It comes in terms of discounts, the in-app purchases, and DEX services. So what specifically those are, maybe on PancakeSwap, because this is the DEX.
You get me excited when you mention liquidity provider, PancakeSwap.
Right?
You said something before there. Were you talking about the parameters of a wallet in general?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's start there, and you can keep talking just for my sake. What are in your terms, like what do you want in a wallet? If you had just a perfect little world, right, where you could jump on your computer, like what do you think? And I know that KYC is important, but what do you think?
Well, I don't personally want to give up KYC, right? That doesn't seem super appealing to me. I would like a wallet that has everything kind of like built into it. So the bridges built into it, DEX front end built into it, all of the pieces that you use in crypto kind of like built into this front end. So I'm thinking of like a wallet that is similar to a app store, so to speak, where I'm coming up with this off the cuff, right? But if you have a wallet where you could kind of like upload the Hedron.pro app to this wallet, you could just stake right through the app, right? It's still on Hedron.pro, right? It's just the front end is in the wallet. If you have BNB, right, the Binance token, and you want to get to Ethereum, I could just do it all within the app. So you have bridge capability factored in there as well. If I am on Ethereum and I would like to swap between ETH and USDC, or maybe USDC and Hex, I'd like to be able to do that all from the app, but through the front end of Uniswap built into the app. I think all of these things ideally should be built into the app, and having the fee structure be like just Uniswap. So not charging another fee to bring all this stuff together.
Do you think it's important? So when it comes to the primary wallet that people use in 5 years or whatever that is at the time, do you think those fees are going to be minimal?
Yes.
Like in your mind, because I've never really made a business like that where there's fees or anything, but I can kind of see it because there's so much scummetry, but then there's guys like Richard who just want their number to be lower, so it's like better on a business scale. So do you think it just comes down to financial incentive, like which guys are thinking, and which guys are thinking? Like you always say, like what are their intentions? Like you don't know their intentions, and how do you? Good technology, man. Lots of
well, think about this. There's no like the analytics are not built in, right? So if you have Robinhood or Ameritrade or E-Trade or any of the brokerage platforms for stocks, you get a statement every single month that allows you to see the information. And you don't necessarily have to have a person generate any type of statement, but this could all be automated so you can see how many fees you pay every single month, right? Wouldn't that be a nice feature? If you just went over and it's like, okay, we're in August, September. How many fees did I pay through here? Okay, and it gives you the breakdown of the fees, right? Like that would be dope feature to have.
I would love that. I would love to know how many fees. I have not a clue how much money I've spent on fees. Not a fucking clue. I couldn't tell you.
Having a built-in mixer, oh my goodness, what a fantastic idea.
All right, so let's get nuance into that though. Like when you say mixer, how does it have to work to be done right? Because there's a mixer and then there's like half mixers that people like get wrecked on because they're like bridging through different ways. Wait, is a mixer and an aggregator the same thing? What am I missing about it? What is a mixer?
Well, so what comes to mind when I say an aggregator? What like one?
I always think of everything goes in and then just like
explain it because then we'll get on the same page.
An aggregator, my first form of aggregation was pornography. You went to one site and it showed everything, but it went to different sites from there, right? Because when you're young, you're like this site, and then you learn what an aggregator is. You're like, okay, this holds all the sites, but then it just sends you to the sites.
So XYZ, Matcha XYZ, right? That aggregates different dexes, whether it be Sushi or Uniswap, be 2 or 3 for prices between different swaps, right? You're trading between tokens. So that's aggregate, just like you just said for the porn sites, right? The porn site pulls in data from different ones. You click on this video.
I've never looked before at it. That was research only.
For the porn site, right? Yeah, of course. No, yeah, just hypothetically, that's how it would probably maybe work, right? Okay, so you click on that, and that brings you over to a different site, right? Well, with Matcha XYZ, the semantics of how it works is slightly different, but you effectively pulling the data from different sites. Now, when you look at a mixer, when they say mixer, think immediately Tornado Cash. So a mixer is we're putting in, you, me, and 6 other people are putting in ETH at say 10 ETH each, and then we're pulling it out on the other side, or we're sending it to somebody else on the other side, but nobody gets to see what comes out on the other side. So there's a difference between those two, but having a mixer built in.
Oh, so the mixer's the decentral part.
Yes.
You're talking about mixer by like
Tornado Cash.
Tornado Cash is a mixer.
Yes.
Now, where does that problem come in? Because then we have problems on the Richard mentioned in his live stream last night or 2 nights ago, whatever, that they can actually shut you down, Sam. They could in the States. They say if you use Tornado Cash and you're KYC'd in the States, boy, they're gonna shut your rat's shit down on most sites. But there's some. That's why you got to do your research. We're early. But Sam, where does freedom come into this? So we're talking about the tech in a perfect world, but really we're just wiggling around freedom, or like.
Yes. So that's a great question though. Like, how does
Privacy, is privacy a human right?
Because if you're using Mixer, what you're effectively doing is saying, hey, you don't want everybody to look at your bank statement, right? If I don't want to post my bank statement online for all you fuckers to look at, right? Why would I do that? And by using a Mixer, you're effectively saying, hey, you get to see what this is, but beyond this point, you can't see where it goes, right? And that's all you're doing, right? Like privacy to that information. It's going to be super interesting, and it's been interesting that they're trying to shut down people who actually use that, right? Vitalik uses it. Richard Hart uses it. Like, I'm sure CZ uses it.
But when they say it out loud, it hurts the government's little hearts, you know, like they're like, oh wait, you're gonna say it out loud that you don't want us to know how much money you have and it's a mystery. Wait, that's scary. Do you have 10 billion or 100 billion or 1 million? Like that, you know, that's a human right, bro. We're just like, it's like, come on. Flexing doesn't work anymore. You get robbed your shit if you have any expensive stuff on this, you know. So it's just like people are protecting themselves now, and I think it's becoming more realistic. Like I think there's like an element of Richard, he truly wants to protect himself. I think there's an element of all of us. I truly don't know what's going to happen in the future. I would like to be anonymous.
Think about the advantages that Richard Hart has. I saw this. Why are you telling everybody, RH?
Why was it 11? Why was the box this big when you got
All I saw was 12 inches on the box. Like, what are you talking about, bro? So think about the advantages Richard Hart has when you bring everything together. So I'm going to use Tesla as the example, right? Tesla is making their own like manufacturing batteries. Like they're making the actual battery cell, they're making the battery pack. Yes, they're buying from plenty of other suppliers, but they're actually making their own batteries, right? That gives them the advantage of, because then they get to control the cost, right? Whereas if somebody else makes the batteries, then they need to add on a margin to be able to sell it to Tesla.
Hardware companies, same thing with the mining companies, right?
So,
like it'd
so
be better if Bitcoin had like a mine builder where it was decentralized and somehow like they could sell and like aggregate because right now it seems like it's centralized to that equipment. Like there's equipment that it's kind of centralized on, which kind of makes it centralized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh wait, it's decentralized. Wait, stop making equipment, Johnny. Yeah, like, you know, quit it. We need to make the value prop head the other way. What do you think about that? What do you think about the mining equipment? You know, we've all been learning that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the hardware, like you're making an S ton of money LPing with no hardware. Correct? You're not buying computers, you're not researching, you're not pressing buttons like that. You're going to one site, you're setting your limits, and you're being active. And you're making what, like fucking $80 every 2 hours or some shit, like some crazy shit like that.
I'm making several $100 per day.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it like that, several $100. So somewhere between say 200 on the low end to say 500 on the high end, right? So 200 to 500 per day in LP. 10 days, that's $2,000 to $5,000, right? In a month, that's $6,000 to $15,000.
Say $75,000 a year, roughly. And you're doing this. There's nothing in
150. If I can get $15,000 a month, that's $150,000, right?
I'm curious though. I want to know like how Sam knows this is early. We all kind of know this is early. No one's going back to Bitcoin mining once they click these buttons. No one, dude, no one. If you're a Bitcoin miner, that means you probably can get $10,000 out of your ass from something because they're, you know, come on. Those guys have computers. They got shit. They're thinking all the time. $10,000 could be enough to be done working for your fucking whole life, literally, because but you have to know exactly what the fuck you're doing, which takes a long time, you know, a considerable amount of time. But we're just talking about, we're literally getting paid fees while everyone else doesn't know what they're doing.
And this opportunity is not going to last. I guarantee it. It's not going to last. That's why I'm going in more and more and more every day. I like putting more in, continuing to up this position and doing other positions because this is This is that time in that adoption curve, right? We're at 3.5 to 4% of the global population that's in crypto. By the end of this year, that's going to be 6%, right? By the end of next year, it's going to be 12%. Then where does it go from there? 24, 48, right? That we're going to be there in no time. And as more people get in here, we've got two things going on, right? Whether Uniswap stays around or Uniswap goes from V3 to V4, we'll talk about those. As more people come in, they're going to drive competition, which is going to drive fees down, right? Or V4 comes out, right? V4 could just drop the fees that they receive, right? More people coming into pools for LP are going to drive down, assuming that you say ceteris paribus.
But what if more things come out, Sam? And just catch me if I'm wrong here. So like Pulse Chain's coming out, right? In my eyes, Pulse Chain's more nuanced than Ethereum. That's in my eyes.
Which way?
More nuanced as far as less people will know it. Like less people are going to interact with PulseX than Uniswap on the first year. That might change dramatically quick, but that's not the point. The point is, what if there's 10 other L1s, Sam? What if you learn about all of them, and what if all of them are decent? And then you're like providing liquidity, getting decently high fucking rates on 10 chains, which some get bullish and others don't. You know, I'm starting to think maybe these guys are invested in a lot more than I could imagine in the crypto world.
Bro, well, we've seen shit crash. Like, I've been in crypto for 8 months now or something like that. And we've seen Terra Luna, $40 billion like enterprise, just go to zero. Right? What was the other thing? We've seen countless bridge and or other hacks where money's getting stolen. Like, as you get larger and larger, you got to be more and more cognizant of where your money is. And that, I don't think necessarily in the beginning, paying attention to diversification is necessarily as important as you get bigger, because if you try to diversify and you don't have any money, then it's going to like.
So it kind of matters less because I don't have that. You know, I'm probably invested under $100,000 at this time, like over everything with stakes included, everything. So for someone like that, it's a lot different because there is a certain amount of wealth you need to like protect yourself in like wealthy land. And once you're at a certain amount, you can pretty much take funds from all your shit whenever you want. Like if I really wanted 50 grand right now, I was like, Sam, he would tell me exactly how to get that money out of whatever assets that I have. Now I'm waiting for that moment in case I actually needed it personally. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. But I think it's crazy because when you get to this certain level where you have asset, it's almost like you don't really need to add that much, Sam. I hate to say it. Everyone says you have to work your ass off and add money to crypto every week. And it's kind of true. You should always DCA. But at what point is your crypto going to be so explosive that you no longer need to actually add US dollar because it makes such a little difference? Because think about it. What if you made a fucking $10 million in 2 years? Would you really be adding that much money to crypto? Or would you just be spreading it out and like, I don't know how it works for the rich people.
No, yeah, that's an interesting question because I expect to fully, have a substantially, at least another zero on to what I've had right now in crypto, but before the end of next year. That's a very interesting question. I have not thought about it. Like, at what point, effectively, if I understand this correctly, you got so much in crypto. At what point do you stop adding to crypto? And I think it's probably going to depend a lot on obviously 100% on the individual.
Airdrops, Sam. So, okay, you have $1 million in crypto and you have $10,000 in hex stakes. Let's just say that's the number you have. Oh, dude, you just got another $47,000 in Dogecoin. Pulse Dogecoin, and you sold it again. Don't add now I don't have to add money for the 6 months because I just got another free airdrop. Oh wait, there's 10 more this month. Oh wait, there's 50 more free airdrops. How many free airdrops do we have to see? Like how many? And Randy Hilarski is the first one to mention this to me. No one had ever said this to me before. He said, I haven't added money to crypto in a fucking decade. He's like, I just fucking play with my gains until they go all the way up more. But he's a admitted trader. Like he's made huge mistakes. He admits that, but he's like, I don't add money to crypto. I already got money in crypto. He's like, and it's like, oh shit. Like when things go up 10,000x, like people say, Hex is like a protective kind of asset, but in general, it's like,
Well, there's not going to be a right answer. So for me, if I've got other businesses outside of crypto that are spitting off extra cash flow, as somebody who say owns businesses, and say if you have excess cash of 10 plus $1,000 a month, 10, 20, whatever the number comes out to be, what do you do with that extra money, right? Because running a business, like maybe other people are different, but I don't like wasting money, right? So if it's $10,000 excess, I don't need it, right? I'm still not going to waste it. I'm going to invest that shit. Whether it's investing into me, whether it's buying like coaching, whether it's education, whether it's
So are you just going to take the premium of money that you have and put it into something that's not losing value? That's kind of what you're saying. Because like when your money in your bank has no value, investors understand that. Sam knows if he has $100,000 in cash and it stays $100,000 in cash, it's going to be $0 in cash at some point.
Correct.
So what is he going to do? He has to get a 3x on it. He has to get at least a 2x on it because he just knows it won't even keep up. So then what you do is you're just like, well, since this, that, and the other, I'll cut my spending. I'll put it into crypto. These gains are roughly 27 to 64x, like, within a cycle. Boom, you just did your whole life gains. Like if you really put it to numbers and put your money where your mouth is with these numbers, not you, but like with crypto, it's like it's a strategy thing. And I know it's better for the economy if everyone works and shit because but there has to be like a big turnover. Like something needs
One of the things that I've been thinking about, to go on your question, but from a slightly different angle. During times like this, we're in a bear market, right? And I think that the prices could still go lower. We've been up 50% plus in Ethereum in the last 45 days, right? Is this a fake out, right? Or are we going to drop by another 50% in 2 months, 3 months, whenever that thing is, right? Whenever the next thing hits the fan, we're going to cut down. Now, so how I had personally have been thinking about this from a slightly different angle, but what you said is during bear market, and this could easily change in the next time around, but during bear market, I will continue to DCA as much excess cash as possible per month into crypto. Now, and I'm not saying anybody should do any of what I'm about to say right here. I am comfortable leveraging in fiat to crypto, right? You're leveraging the dead body that is sinking into the ground over here. I'm not comfortable with leverage in crypto. I don't think that's a good idea.
So Sam literally just said, Mom and Dad, it is true. So it's hard to fucking, it is true. So there's nothing I can say about it. It makes you tingle because it's against the taboo, but it is in reality. Like if I could get 200 grand from my house right now, now I don't do this because I'm young. Sam is so much more experienced than me with this shit. So it's just like, you got to kind of also think about that. Sam's just seen a lot of shit. I'm taking my time, making sure I don't see there's big blind spots in my game. So, but he's talking about leveraging US dollar, which is actually tied to the only thing that has no value, the Federal Reserve. And literally the only thing that actually has no value. Cheeseburgers have jelly beans and cheeseburgers have way more value long term than the US dollar. But so you're taking that, and even if you just put a 5%, so you leverage 100 grand, you take 5 grand out, you open an LP position.
But continue to add. So how I'm thinking about it. So 100 grand, $5,000, say per month, right? So when you think about it this way, so $5,000 per month, that means I've got 20 months to DCA, right? I've got 20 months to DCA during this time. Is there enough excess cash coming in from the other things that I'm doing, say with my business, or with say rental income or whatever other miscellaneous things that bring cash to me? Is there enough in there to live off of, right? And if there is enough to live off on those things, maybe I upgrade that to $10,000 per month, right? But you could do $10,000 per month.
I'm so excited to do this myself. And I don't care if I make major gains. Like I'm excited to take that step in my life because it is a step. It's like an intellectual step where you're saying, okay, I'm going to take care of another thing in my life, right? I'm going to take care, like I'm done with the banks. Like I'm going to be my bank. I'm going to take this 30 minutes out of this part of the day change my schedule, and look into this. And I'm not even bringing up the fucking bullshit about providing liquidity that everyone mentions. That shit's not even relevant. It's
Well,
just
let's
irrelevant.
talk about this for a second. So, hypothetically, an individual has $200,000 equity in their house. Hypothetically, right?
Most people probably have that without even knowing, by the way. Like the average person who just has a house, like that's like the equity you get from just sitting.
Now, if somebody had the financial discipline, and I'm not saying anybody else should do this, but if somebody had the financial discipline, they could, and they wanted to, they saw the future with crypto, they could sell their house, rent a place for 6 months or a year, take that cash and DCA over to, say it was 100 grand left over, or $200,000, say after fees and everything, say it's $160,000, $160,000 divided by 12 months, and put in $12,000 a month into crypto, right? But a lot of times, people who get cash in,
They can't hold it.
they don't know how to hold it, and they spend it on stupid ass shit.
I want to open that up. I need to open that spot up because that's probably the whole ethos of like life in general. It's like people are addicted. They're broken inside. They can't shut themselves up. You got to shut it up and do what's right. Like at some point, I'm not going to want to go to the gym. I know this. It happens to me like, once every 8 months. I start to get in this vibe. I just go. I do 50 push-ups when I say the R word. Like I just do these stupid things. It's about taking responsibility and knowing that you have 100% control. You have to control that emotional fitness. It's just every day you need to be emotionally fit. And you see the same guys that can deal in this world in this LP world are emotionally fit because you could easily just swap your stuff to Hedron and fucking Pulse Dogecoin. And then your life changes very quick to the downside because you end up with all Hedron, and then Hedron, Alex ends up putting a big butthole. Like that's not certain, right? So we're talking about if you think Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to hit all-time highs again. This is the question you need to answer in your own head. If you think Bitcoin, Hex, and Ethereum will hit all-time highs again, all three of them, you should be providing liquidity right now. If you have
not
money.
gonna last.
Do you agree that?
I think that if somebody has the story that they want to like have more income, right? They want to, even if they want more impact, right? Like I would like more impact, right? Because if you think that you have tens of dollars versus tens of thousands versus tens of millions of dollars versus tens of billions of dollars, I can create a lot more impact with tens of billions of dollars than I can with tens of dollars. So I want more money so that I can create more.
But
impact.
you want that.
Correct. And because
some people don't.
And you're correct. Exactly. That's why. So if they want that and if they want more money, LP, you can earn 100% annually. Like that shit's not going to last. Like it's just
another thing I've been learning about humans is that not everyone wants to build businesses that change the world. And like, that is so okay. It is so okay.
100%.
I did not think that was okay before. You know, when you're immature and just a little too amped up all the time when you're a bit younger, and you just kind of think everyone should be doing what you're doing, but then you kind of just realize everyone's kind of doing their own thing. Just do what you guys want. If being at home and playing video games and having a wife and going to the game every Sunday makes you feel like $1 million, I'm telling you, do that. Do that. It just doesn't make me feel that way. I don't feel that. I don't like it. And
then on the other side, if you're doing that, but you have this little fire or desire to do more, then you should definitely do that, right? Because like you said, if you're 100% fulfilled and happy and you feel like $1 million by sitting around fucking playing video games, twiddling your thumbs, and
we're not buying it, by the way. We're not buying that. We're not buying it. Too many. There's maybe a few of you guys that have made it out of really shitty situations, and now that's like chill for you. But you know, we're in a time where the internet has shown people what's possible. So any man has that little notion. It's like I could be doing a little more. Real quick, I did while I was on mushrooms last night. I did a testimonial. So I decided. I said, P, grab my phone, and I said, I'm only gonna do this once because I don't fucking know what the fuck I'm gonna say. I was like crying, I was like,
Do you want to play that video?
I'm gonna look at it before I play anything. I haven't looked at any of that stuff, so it might be completely inappropriate. Like, I don't know what the fuck I was saying, but I'm actually probably gonna stay on here live and do a little bit of shilling after we get off, just because Bullish is out of the office. I like to get a little like I just every once in a while I like to be on there by myself. One thing I've realized, Sam, is that, and this is hard for me to say. No, it's not a big deal, but like this is just like personal. I have blind spots, guys. Okay, I have blind spots, and Sam and Bullish both know about them. Okay, and I am
But
very.
we do too, so there's no judgment.
No, I know that, but you guys are just a little ahead of me on understanding yourself, probably, and that's fair. And they know that I'm learning, and they know that I'm willing to be honest. I'm willing to talk to Sam. I was gonna call Sam last night, but I was like, he's asleep, probably not a good idea. People was like, don't fucking call Sam. I was like, okay, I won't call Sam. I was like, it's like 12:30. I was like, thank God I didn't call Sam. And I was like,
it doesn't matter if I'm sleeping.
no, I know. But anyway, so like, what was I just mentioning for that 1 second?
About the blind spots.
Yeah, so I had a few people message me, and they were like, you talk over him and you talk over this, of course. And I see that stuff all the time. I let it in. I try to get it in. I said, thank you for your blah, blah, blah. And my ADD is out of control. It's something that I'm working on. It's not an excuse for anything, but just know, like, I want to be a more effective communicator. I want to have a better show. I want to have a better relationship with Sam. And I'm going to work on the stuff that I need to work on as I go. Calming down, relaxing, blood pressure low. My whole life changed up a lot. And I just wanted to tell everyone, like, I know that I'm crazy a little bit. And Sam knows it too. And I know Sam's a little crazy too. And we're working together. We're being honest with each other. And I'm not just saying I'm perfect. I'm smart. I got this no matter what. Oh, no, I have all this natural ability just to figure shit out. That's just not the case. You have to work together. And you got to be smart, and you got to be willing to. When someone says, the hardest thing for me, Sam, is when someone tells me criticism that I don't know about myself. It hurts me so deeply for some reason. So when someone says this is happening and you don't see it, it's like a shot to me. I was really upset because someone was like, you were cutting off Sam during this one sentence. They were saying something specific, but it wasn't the point. The specific part wasn't the point. The point was, it's a habit that I've always done in my life, where I talk and I don't listen. But I'm not afraid. You gotta be okay. There's not a contest here. I am not better than anyone. It does not fucking matter. But I want to be more effective and make Sam's life better when I'm around. I want to make my family life better when I'm around. I want to make Bullish life better when I'm around. I don't want it to be worse. And that's how you build great. That's why I really do think me and Sam and Bullish are going to build some crazy shit, because it takes some weird ass open-minded people with some weird incentives. And like, we are those weird people. I was telling my girl, I was like, I don't even know what Sam wants. Like, I think me and Sam want the same thing. We don't even know. We just want more. Like, we need more to do. We need more. I'm willing to take stress and load in my life. That's my burden. I want it. And Sam wants it too, because it's fun.
It is. It's fantastic. It's cool that you're sharing all this, dude. I think that's awesome. And I think that that's helpful for other people too, because the vulnerability is just like the things that when people go through trauma, and everybody has their own stories, right, in life. But when people go through trauma, that allows them to get to like a deeper level a lot of times in their life. But being vulnerable also allows one to have a deeper connection with people, and being vulnerable about all sorts of things allows you to open up to new paths of growth. Like, I think it is awesome that you take that and share that with.
And you taught me. Sam taught me, literally. No one motherfucking taught me this shit. That I have the opportunity to deepen my relationship with other people. Not everyone, but the people that I pick. Like my girl. Like, I just thought girl shit was like, it just happened. Like, this girl likes you, you like her, y'all get on a vibe. It's like, no, you get to work on that. It's like, I get to look my girl in the face and decide to be honest or not. That's on me. Whether I want to keep, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Do I want it? Sure. Let's keep it going. What's wrong with work? What's wrong with like you just got to realize that I don't run this show. This whole show, like I kind of run it, but I don't really. I'm not talking about Crypto in the Morning. I'm talking about the whole damn thing, the whole world. Like me and Sam are just people on this earth. And there's powers in this earth that we probably don't even know about. And that's not the point. The point is like, just give it hell. Just give it hell. Whatever you want to do, but do not go to bed feeling that feeling of regret. Because the first 24 years of my life, I felt it every single day.
Not a good idea. But just being honest is 1,000 times better.
When did you learn that? Because okay, I know your parents were kind of morally sound from like it sounds like they probably taught you that kind of stuff, but then you kind of went off that because you were probably like breaking out, like, hey, this is a little fucked. I want to do my own thing, but then you stopped lying pretty much. You know, like I say, you stopped lying. Everyone, whatever, but like you pretty much consistent with. You've never lied to me for the most part. So like, when did that change? Who told you? Was it your girl? Did she help you with that? Maybe did someone else?
Well, I knew that I wasn't being honest with girls over, 2 decades ago. So, right, yeah, 2 decades ago. So when I'm in my teens, and I knew that I just wasn't being honest with the girls, but I knew at the time that it was only temporary. That's at least what I told myself. And then in my mid to late 20s, I was like, I need to make the decision to stop doing this because like these girls keep getting hurt, right? So I made the decision, but it's like everything where
you started to have an emotional toll, probably. You were like, it doesn't feel good to spread negativity.
And I knew it wasn't the right thing to do intrinsically. Like I knew that deep down, it's not the right thing to do.
Did you have a model in your life, someone who you felt like that was, and I'm not saying you did or didn't, but like someone that you felt like morally, not like you wanted to be just like them, but morally they kind of showed you the way, or maybe your family or someone, or did you kind of just what was inside of you?
I knew every single relationship that I was in didn't work out, and it had nothing to do with her breaking up with me or stopping to be with me, was because I chose that outcome. And I knew it was about time to be honest with myself, right? There was a time probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I think I was watching or listening to some Gary Vee stuff while I was out hiking in Hawaii. And I remember, and clearly I remember it to the point today, 5 years later, where it was like impactful and just about being like brutally honest with yourself. And I was like, and I knew at the time, like every single relationship that I was in hadn't worked out, not because it had anything to do with her, but it was 100% on me. And I was like, there was multiple different pieces in there, and I've made the decision to already start changing that. But
I love when you get upset after you end a relationship. This was my whole life. This was my whole entire life. It's like I would find the best girl I could possibly find and then hate her in a month, weasel my way out of the relationship, and then cry for 4 months because I felt like I was being attacked. And because I was insecure.
Yes.
I was so insecure, dude. And when my girl met me, she was like, I had a horrible feeling about you. And she was 100% right. She was 100% right at the time. I was doing not good shit and no drugs, but like just not good shit. I was roided up and ready to go, baby. And I was fucking hurting people. I was hurting people, whatever they used to say in AA. They say hurt people. And it's so true. And it's because like me and Sam don't hurt anyone anymore because we're not hurt. We're not attacking. There's nothing to attack. I'm not in fight or flight mode when I talk to them. I'm just, just remember the most important thing out of all this crypto stuff, guys. We're doing this every single day, but the emotional fitness is the most important thing in life. Mm-hmm. And Sam could have easily been in jail 150,000 times over, like many men in his similar situation. And he knows that. He is very aware of that, just like I am. We could be sitting in a jail cell hoping we didn't have to stab some motherfucker for no fucking reason, because that's how fucking life goes when you don't listen to your inner self a lot. Like you got to listen to your inner self. You got to understand that you just need to relax and trust the people around you, and that you don't have control. You just have to do your best. That's all you can do.
I think this has been actually a really good episode, bro.
Yeah, dude. I wanted to get back to just talking to you because it is hard when you do something every day. Like It's important, but the most important stuff is this. Like at the end of the day, like this, people don't think this is the reason. You think the reason I'm going to go viral is because I'm talking about fucking Trust Wallet. You don't think anyone else talks about Trust Wallet? That's not the point. The point is what me and Sam bring to the crypto space is emotional fitness, is physical fitness, is being, for the first time, we have all these guys that are already over here. Dude, I posted stuff about UFC. No one ever posted. And it's so confusing to me because there's so much synergy there. But that's just me, right? Like that's my role. And I just want everyone to keep pushing and being happy and moving forward and just know that life can get really sour, life can get really good, but you're not going to be able to control much of it. So you just got to let it go.
You can't control it.
You can't control the outside.
You can control what you do with the excess, like what your response is to what happens to you, right? You can't control the other pieces of what GFC does or what my girlfriend does or what fucking any of my family does.
Or someone gets hurt. And you have to be prepared to get hurt and have others hurt around you. This is reality. And I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid. I'm not going to put myself in harm's way. They always say, the people you're around, the time that you're around them, like if you do if you put yourself in a bad spot with bad people, you can be around bad people, but not in a bad spot. But if you're, you got to pick and choose where you're putting yourself, because if you get shot in a war field, ain't no one's going to be mad at you. Like, you're going to think like, oh, I got shot. I was walking over in Afghanistan in the middle of no one cares, right? But it's different if you stay to yourself and keep your hands to yourself. Just learn and to be happy within yourself. I think that's the most important thing. And it's kind of hard. But anyway, let's get off here, Sam. This has been electric for me. I'm actually going to come on here again in like 10 minutes and just do a solo stream and show, so I can get some of that emotional shroom stuff out of my brain, because I have a feeling it's going to be gone here shortly. As far as like some of these feelings that I have. So if anyone wants to watch in 10 minutes, I'm going to go on and I'm going to do like 30 minutes where I just
if you want to, what we can do is I'm going to send you this video. You can pull this up and it's about a 12-minute long video if you're coming back on 12 minutes. Simplex accepts payments for Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
So I just sent it in the private chat. You can pull it up at your end, let that play there. I'm going to jump off too, but if you come back on, this video is 12 minutes long.
Make sure you message Bullish. Make sure you message Bullish.
I'll message him right now. Ask him out.
Message Bullish. See what house he's. I think he's still asleep because I think he might have been in the emergency room last night. I'm not 100% sure because I don't know if he got back to me. Let me check my Telegram. Okay, yeah. So he's still asleep. Biceps for Bullish, guys. We're gonna play this video. Once this video is over, though, I'm going to end the stream just so it finishes, because I'm supposed to do that. That's okay. But let's play this video, guys, on the closing. Everyone, it's been an absolutely incredible day, as always. Love talking to all you guys. It's such an honor to be able to talk in front of people and that actually listen every single day. I really do like that. And guys, let's watch this video for Simplex.
This is King Haywood, and we're going to review Simplex. Accept Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Swift, SEPA, and more for people to buy crypto from you. So if you're interested in selling crypto on your website, this is the company to go through. It says the fiat crypto infrastructure for the entire world. Powerful, seamless, impactful. As the industry leader, we empower hundreds of partners to enable millions of people to buy billions of dollars in digital assets. And these are some of the companies that use Simplex, Coinami, MyEther Wallet, Paxos, different companies. It used to be complex, now it's Simplex. And if you want to become a partner, you have a company, you can become a partner clicking this button here, but let's review the website together to see if you want to use Simplex. Simplex, a licensed financial institution, empowers its vast network of partners to accept the widest range of payment methods, including Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Swift, SEPA, and more. Zero risk, zero rolling reserves, zero security incidents, highest conversion rates, multiple acquiring solutions, enabling the purchase of 45 plus cryptocurrencies through Simplex's network of hundreds of partners. As a team obsessed with crypto adoption, we're constantly rolling out support for additional currencies, including over 50 fiat currencies to date. 90 plus supported cryptocurrencies, 50 plus supported fiat currencies, 350 plus partner integrations globally accessible. So fiat simply means like the US dollar, the euro, and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's like, just in case you didn't know what fiat and crypto, of course we know cryptocurrency, most people. 350 plus partner integrations globally accessible. Innovation solutions ensuring 100% flawless transactions for you and your users so you can focus on your expertise. Zero chargeback guarantee. Highly customizable UI, flexible APIs, dynamic UX, award-winning and end-user support available 24/7 with stellar SLA, super fast, flexible integration coupled with attentive technical support. Give anyone, anywhere the power to buy anyway. So if you want to offer crypto on your site, you can use Simplex. Just simply click this button to become a partner. So we want to provide Binance users with fast and easy access to crypto. Now these are different companies with different testimonials. See your Bitmark exchange. Yeah, different partnership with Simplex allows our users to buy and sell plenty of cryptocurrency in an efficient way, risk-free. We are more than happy with its secure and convenient solution. Thanks to Simplex, our users can buy crypto fast and safe in Atomic Wallet. We strongly support mass adoption. It's way easier to imagine. All right, more testimonials floating across the screen. Empowerment of your Visa card. Simplex is one of the first movers in the crypto space to be awarded principal member of the Visa network, enabling us to offer debit cards to you so you can offer them directly to users. Making headline news, Simplex partners with Visa to issue crypto debit cards. So you can get a crypto debit card from Simplex. Simplex partners with Kava to provide instant fiat to DeFi gateway. Simplex integrates SEPA instant, enabling 24/7 deposits across partner venues. Inside the mind of a scammer. And folks, speaking of scammer, I know you see in the comments, probably in some of these videos, and you won't see them in my video because I actually review all my comments before they go live. But you see these comments talk about, hey, I trusted Telegram, Hacker 22 and nonsense like that. Y'all use your common sense to avoid these people. Once you send crypto to somebody, you can't get it back. And also, there's no such thing as a crypto recovery company. All right, just giving you some words of wisdom. All right, let's see it. Tweets, Simplex CC if you want to follow them on Twitter. And drop down. Now, also, if you need help, you see the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Click this button here, this bubble. And it pops up, help. How can you help? And you just simply type in your question. And I guess, I don't know if this is live chat or a bot. But type in your question to find out there. I'll just jump back up to the top of the page. I have Simplex Banking, buy crypto, sell crypto partner